Well, we have more breaking news on the swine flu outbreak. We have just received word from the newsroom. Norma, I know you just got back from Mexico about 2 weeks ago. Was there any sign of the outbreak at that point?
No sign of the outbreak at all, Brian. In fact, I arrived to Mexico City by air, and then I took a bus ride, about a 5-hour ride to southern Mexico. Things were very normal. In fact, we all know that 5 days ago, when the news of the first cases broke, all of that changed the face of Mexico City and thus the face of Mexico.
Excelencia periodística, un equipo dedicado a nuestra comunidad.
Good evening. He was the first U.S. elected official to visit Cuba in 40 years since Fidel Castro took power. That was in 1999. 2 years later, Governor George Ryan returned to Cuba in an effort to build a bridge of goodwill and maybe an opportunity for business with the state of Illinois. With a visit to the Children's Hospital, Governor George Ryan ended a 3-day trip to Cuba today. He leaves the island, hoping that Illinois will become the first state to sell pharmaceuticals to Cuba in 42 years. For Catholics around the world, the Rosary is a prayer. But for residents of a small town in Mexico, the Rosary is a lifestyle. Today in our special segment, Portraits of Mexico, we take you to Yurecuaro, Michoacán. You can find them everywhere outside the Basilica in Mexico City. Every single one is as unique as the hands that craft it. Tyrone Williams is accused of ignoring the pleas of at least 75 undocumented immigrants who were packed into his trailer to be taken to Houston. 19 of them died in what has been called the worst human smuggling tragedy in the U.S. If convicted, he could face the death penalty. The new resolution will allow Mexicans in the U.S. to participate in the next presidential elections to be held in their country next year. But many questions still remain. Mexico has yet to acquire the technology to make sure the vote of its citizens living abroad really counts. We are at the Bodega de Santo Tomas. This is the oldest winery in Ensenada. Some of the very best wines in Mexico are produced here in this warehouse, where people from all over the world come every day for a good time and some really good wine.